I think that XRP is getting very close to that next major leg higher in the crypto market, and in this quick video I will show you exactly why, because we are currently spotting a lot of similarities with other bull cycles here for XRP. So this is what I want to discuss with you. I want to talk about this current trend that we're seeing. I want to show you what we can expect this week and in the immediate short term for XRP. So don't forget to like the video and let's get straight into it. So guys, this is XRP's weekly time frame. So every candlestick that you see over here represents 1 week, and I've actually disabled the candlestick wicks because this basically cuts out the noise and it gives you a way better overview. So I'm only focused on the candlestick closes over here. Now if we go back to 2017 here on the left hand side of your screen, then you can see that we had a similar pattern to what we're actually seeing right now here in 2025. We have this upward resistance line, this downward support line. XRP's price was compressed in an apex back then. We went sideways for roughly 294 days in a row, and eventually XRP broke out in 2017. A super explosive move to the upside happened. Now in 2020 we saw a similar thing. We had this upward support line after a long bear market. We had this downward resistance. Price was getting compressed but was already forming higher highs with higher lows. As you can see over here, the moment we broke out, XRP's price really exploded with ups and downs, yes, but had you held through, then you could have made a significant profit here on your XRP investment back in 2020 to 2021, and price went sideways for 238 days here. Price was getting compressed before eventually that huge breakout happened. Interestingly, the breakout in 2020 happened in the month of November, which is very interesting because we are right now also approaching November. So fast forward to today's price action. What you can see over here is that price is once again getting compressed by this upward support line and this downward resistance, and we are currently nearing the apex of this triangle here. So at some point I do believe that a massive move could happen for XRP. We have been trading within the pattern for 210 days in a row so far, which is a little bit less compared to other cycles, but yeah, overall a very long correction here for XRP. But yeah, it looks pretty similar, and that's why I want to bring this to your attention. The market structure is still very bullish here for XRP, so personally I'm still in favor of a move higher, but that of course remains to be seen. If we take a look at a few momentum indicators here on the weekly, for example, if we look at the EMA ribbons, then we can see that XRP's price is still holding strongly above the weekly ribbons, and typically if you trade above the ribbons, it represents a very strong uptrend, as you can see in previous cycles as well. And whenever you trade below the ribbons, whenever you close 1 or 2 weekly candles below the EMA ribbons, it is typically a sell signal and usually the beginning of a prolonged bear market. That happened here in 2018. It also happened here in 2022. The moment XRP broke below the EMA ribbons on the weekly, that was basically your sell signal, and a huge crash followed. But right now guys, we're still holding the ribbons, so I'm still in favor of more upside. Also, if we take a look at the 50-week simple moving average here in the yellow color, then we can also see that XRP is perfectly holding above the 50-week simple moving average. Typically, whenever you lose the 50-week moving average with 1 or 2 weekly closes, it is also a confirmation signal of a bear market, as we have seen here in 2021 and also here in June 2018. The moment you broke below it and closed at least 2 weekly candles below this moving average, that was your confirmation signal of a bear market for XRP. But right now we're still holding that, so I'm still in favor of more upside. The last thing that I want to show you here on the weekly is actually the stochastic RSI, which basically measures whether price is overbought or oversold. You want to buy an oversold, yes, oversold here down below. And you basically want to take profits whenever price is overbought on the weekly stochastic RSI. Now, in 2017, we were heavily oversold at this point here. As you can see on the weekly stochastic RSI, that was an excellent buying opportunity. Also in 2020 here at the bear market bottom, we were significantly oversold on the weekly stochastic RSI, huge buy signal. And right now guys, once again, XRP's Stochastic RSI is oversold on the weekly scale. So is this another huge buy signal? Well, I personally do believe that there's high probability for us to see higher prices. Also, if we look at it from a different perspective, this is also the weekly time frame, that we can actually see that XRP is currently flipping the previous bull market support top into new support. So here it was resistance in 2021, as you can see, huge rejection, eventually the start of the bear market, and right now we are flipping that exact same area into new support. So this was 2021, the bull run top, but right now if I actually draw a trend line over here, you can see that XRP is flipping this area into support. And let me actually enable the wicks. You can see that XRP is flipping sorry guys, this exact area into new support. So nothing to be bearish about in my personal opinion. Now this will also be a huge week for crypto, because on Wednesday we will have the FOMC interest rate decision. We will also have Fed Chair Jerome Powell giving a press conference, so expect a lot of volatility. And one day later, on Thursday, the president will meet the president of China to possibly come up with a new trade deal, and that would of course also be amazing and could bring a lot of volatility to all markets. And by the way guys, if you want to buy or trade your crypto, XRP or other altcoins, I would highly recommend you to do it over on Phemex or AscendEX. If you use my links down below in the video description, you can claim huge welcome bonuses. Basically, the more you deposit onto these exchanges, the higher your deposit bonus. Also keep in mind, trading fees are extremely low on Phemex and AscendEX. And another benefit from Phemex is that Phemex is an ebook exchange, which is basically the same category as Bybit, Binance, Coinbase, for example. High liquidity, wide selection of available altcoins. They've been around for a long time now. I'm very satisfied with this exchange, so check it out if you're interested guys. And let me now continue with the last part of this video. If we look at XRP's liquidation heat map, then we can see that almost all the liquidity is currently stacked up above the current price. There is barely any liquidity below us, as you can see over here. Now what price typically does is it goes after the highest liquidity in the market, so we can expect a short squeeze, or in other words, a move higher sooner rather than later. There isn't any reason for us to go much lower now, so I expect that all of these short positions, their stop losses, will get taken out here in the next few days and weeks possibly. So pay very close attention to that. For now guys, I'm very bullish. I think XRP is in a strong uptrend, and I think the next major move higher is only just a matter of time. This was it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, of course. Make sure to follow me over on my Instagram, official link down below, because I'm posting a lot of additional crypto and XRP content over there, which I cannot always provide you with here on YouTube. So check it out if you're interested. I want to thank you all for watching, for the support, and I'll see you very soon with another XRP update. Bye bye.